Everybody for a special stream of Pokemon Scarlet Violet that focuses on catching the 7-star Mightiest Mark Roaring Moon. So, um, I had already previously had an Avalugg set up for doing raids, so I'm just going to use the same Avalugg that I had on a previous raid with. Oh, and the only difference is that I put the covert cloak on it to keep the secondary effects of moves, so you won't get flinched in that, depending on what move he decides to use. Um, Other than that, for that, as you noticed with mine, I hadn't used um, anything on it to raise any of the stats. But of course, Roaring Moon is a physical attacker. So if you wanted to increase your attack or defense or HP in defense, you could do that. I found in my practice beforehand that I had no problem just leaving it like that. So as we can see, the move set that I had used last time, I just kept on there: Curse, Avalanche, Chilling Water, Recover. So to be able to do what we need it to do in this raid, didn't have any problem with that move set. Instead of Chilling Water, you could use Iron Defense if you wanted to be extra careful about your defense. But I noticed that especially with if you are able to get um, an Intimidator on your team, that it really makes it super easy. But otherwise, yeah, I hadn't really had any issues. So we'll see if on stream here, if I can if I can keep it just as flawless as I had it before. I did also notice some people were using an Orthworm build that could work. That I heard works very well too. So if you happen to have an Orthworm, I never even looked to see if, well, obviously I know I have one, but I do believe I had used one once before for raid. Yeah, I had. Yeah, so with Orthworm, yep, that's exactly the build that I saw. Somebody had the fighting Tera type, so probably exactly what we have on there. Body press, mud slap, iron defense is really all you need. Instead of Iron Head, you could potentially put Protect in there for the turn when he nullifies the stats, so he can't hit you with an Earthquake. But other than that, if you have Earth Eater, that does that. I heard that is an extremely good build also. I didn't practice that one at all. It was just one that I came upon recently. But I was told that is a really good build also. Um, if this does go over real quick and easy, with showing you Avalugg, maybe I'll show off Orthworm too. But like I said, I hadn't actually tested that one out, so I don't know personally. But I heard it was really good. But that all being said, just as a reminder for anyone that hasn't, Montenevera has your hyper training. If you need to hyper train, is in there, and that's also your HP ups and your proteins and all those things to upgrade your stats if you want to do that. That you can find all that in Montenevera. But this is where our raid is right here, so we will just do this right now, and we'll go right on in and see how well we do as far as teammates, if we get an Intimidator or not. You might want to use PP ups on your Recover. I didn't do that in mine, and I didn't have an issue, but just in case, that is something you might want to consider, having a couple extra Recovers in case you need it. I got an Intimidator on my team, perfect. So this should go off without a hitch. Anytime I had an Intimidator, every time I practiced, I had an Intimidator, so I never saw that, but without an Intimidator, but with as easy as it was beforehand. But then I just start out using the Chilly Water, just to, it also knocks down his attack, which is good, and sets us up for our terrestrializing. he sets up his shield rather quickly here. And then, and as I mentioned, keep an eye on your health, because we do go second, but that also makes Avalanche hit harder too, which is good. But it's nice too, because Chilling Water hits through the shield. And then with the Intimidator and with using that, oh yeah, he doesn't hit for hardly anything. So once we do that and we can terrestrialize, then we'll go ahead and we'll give ourselves a recover also. When you start to get down towards half, you do want to be careful, because if he switches over to Iron Head, it can crit. I only had it happen to me one time in all the times that I tested. So it really shouldn't be an issue, but if it hits, it does hit hard. Like that. See, and that's exactly why I said just use recover right away. Get yourself up back to full health. So that was perfect, because there goes that crit I was just talking about. So we'll go ahead and recover again. So yeah, so you want to use the recover before you get to half health, just, you know, to be on the safe side, so that... Okay, and now it's perfect, because now he's nullified our stat, so now we can set up with Curse, and you don't even have to fully pump it in. Just 3 times seems to work good. And with that, it's like I pumped it up 3 times, and it took like 3 hits to break through the shield, and then he'll nullify your stats again, and then you again use Curse 3 times, and then again 3 more moves, and boom, he's done. So I found it was really simple and easy. And as of right now, he's poisoned this time. I think the last time I tested, he actually got paralyzed, and that was really nice, because then he wasn't even hitting us. And I already forgot if I had pumped 3 times. Nope, 1 more time. All right, so 1 more Curse, and then we'll be good. Start hitting them. Yep, and our health is still doing well. So now we can start hitting them with avalanches. And again, just as a reminder, as we're hitting them, just be mindful of your HP, because if you have to stop and recover, stop and recover. It's better to err on the side of caution and not get knocked out. We can take at least 1 more hit, not 2. We should be... So he did clear his stats, so I do like to at least get him in a little bit down there, and we're going to have to recover next turn. Well, hello, Wes. Nice to see you in here. We're taking on Roaring Moon right now. I am more than happy to have you in on the next one. I was going to show off Orthworm next. If you want to jump in on that one, that sounds great. Right now I was showing off the Avalug. This was the one that I tested out, was Avalug, but then I heard about the Orthworm build that we had from a previous raid that works great too. So I just thought, since this one will probably go on pretty quick, I would just show off that one too, if people have sets for Earthworm, that they can use that too. All right, he'll let us get another hit in. Have you tried Earthworm and it didn't work? Because I've heard that one worked, so I just thought I would give it a shot to see if it worked. All right, and now we'll set up. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm familiar with the effectives. I was just saying that was what I had heard that Earthworm does really good on this, even though it's not a super effective move, because it's his fighting form, his fighting Tera is what I meant. That it that it still worked really well, and I just thought, hey, since this stream was gonna be a little shorter than I would like, just showing off the one, so I thought I would give it a try and see what it was like, because from what I've heard, it works really well. And yeah, and my only problem with using another dragon type is just that he's got a super effective against you, which could be a little bit difficult, which is why I didn't even think about testing out any other dragons. But that's why I went for our ice guy first here, because I knew ice was, but I knew he had a steel move. But as long as you keep yourself good, then you're fine. Okay, so now we're good just to finish it off now. So as you can see, Avalug had no problem with, as long as you keep up on his health, just in case Roaring Moon does use Iron Head and it crits, then it keeps you alive, so you don't lose your Tera. So as long as you do that, you should be fine. And as you saw, I didn't use any PP ups on my recovers, and I was fine with. I still had one more I could have used, but for anyone that may find it trouble, especially if you don't get an Intimidator on your team, then maybe you might need the extra recovers. So you could always do that too. And also, as I mentioned, I didn't buff my defenses or attack or anything extra. So, you know, that too can help you take a few more hits and do a little more damage. So there's so many different things that you can do to give yourself a little more wiggle room in there. But that's it. There's the Tera raid, an easy build, and easy takedown that generally gives you no trouble to be able to catch them. And so Wes, if you'd like to jump on in. Ooh, a salty and 3 sours. Ooh, nice. If you want to jump in, we could try something out. I don't know if you have one set up for you or not, because I just thought about it, that if I'm taking out my daily one, I don't like to change dates on my games at all. But that's that. But, or you know what I could do, is I could just exit out and then bring that back. Why don't we do that? I'll just close out my game, and then I don't know if it auto saves after that. Now that I'm thinking about it, it might auto save. We'll see if it auto saved. If it did, oh well. Wes, if you have your daily, we could do. You'll have to let me know. Okay, good. So it didn't. Okay. So where were we? Oh yeah, we were looking for Earthworm. Yeah, we're just gonna give him a try, because like I said, I did hear that it was a good one to use. So let's just see what we have. Defenses. Here, yeah. Or wait, what does it say for? Yeah, okay, so let's go ahead and grab Shell Bell and put that on Earthworm. And how about you, Wes? Are you ready to go? you want to jump in? Here's the code if you want to jump in, or if anybody else that is on wants to jump in. Go ahead. I'll give you a minute to join up. Did I lose you, Wes? Okay. Well, maybe something happened on your end, Wes. I'm sorry that I lost you. But all right. Well, then I'll just do a solo then with Orthworm. And so as you saw, he's got the Earth Eater ability, fighting Tera. I saw my number go up. Did you make it back on, Wes? Thing. Hit him with some mud slaps. And now with our Earth Eater ability, he will restore our HP since he just used the ground move. And now he can Tera and use body press. Forgot to Tera. Yeah, it worked. Yeah, body press works better when you Tera. Here we go. Yeah, and then once you get, that's why I use the iron defense just right off the bat. As you do like the setup to get to your terraform, it's nice not to take as much damage. Because as you saw, you don't always know if he's going to use Earthquake right away, or if he'll get some of those flinches off. As you saw, he did start out using the Iron Head that did flinch me. Yeah, and I didn't remember the held item that people use, and as I'm seeing, we're not doing as much damage as I thought we would be doing, so I'm thinking we use the shell bell. It might have been better to have used metronome, so that each successive hit would do more damage. But like I said, this was just a test to see how well this worked, just because that's what I had heard. But yeah, he's not doing as much damage as I thought he would have been doing, so I think it's probably because... So I think it was because I didn't use metronome. I'm thinking if I would have used metronome, he'd be hitting a little harder. Oh, good. You made it, Wes. Yeah, I wanted to change that up anyway, because I think I remember when people were mentioning Orthworm, I didn't remember hearing about a held item, so I just figured Shell Bell because he didn't have a recovery move. But now I'm thinking that because he's not really doing that much damage, so I'm thinking they probably used metronome as the held item for Orthworm. But I remember that the steel fighting was where they had, so I'm gonna change that. But body press, oh, I forgot about that also. That's what body press is, defense. So yeah, so I didn't raise my defense. That's also why he wasn't hitting very hard, because I forgot that it was based off of your defense. So again, that was just me forgetting. So yeah, so maybe that's probably why he wasn't hitting. It wasn't because of metronome. So yeah, I think I'm going to keep it that way with the shell bell. I'm going to keep the shell bell on there, but remember that, yeah, pump up your defense as high as it'll go, and then body press will hit harder. So all right, well, since I got you back, Wes, are you ready to jump in? You wanna? Okay. Yeah, sounds great. Yeah, I'll be happy to see what you're using. As you saw, the Avalug worked really well. So there's the link code. I'll let you on in. Oh, that would be helpful, wouldn't it? Yeah. Let me get online. There it goes. All right. Here, we'll try again. Challenge as a group. There we go. Okay, so you're using Weavile? Cool. Alright. Oh, no. Charizard. Cool. Alright. So yeah, I hadn't heard anybody using Charizard, so that's cool. For some people that have access to other legendaries not in the game, I heard heard that some people have been using Magirna, and that Magirna does really good against the other one on the Violet version. What is it? Iron Valiant? I heard people were. Cool. Yeah, yeah. We'll let you do this for sure. Let's. Okay. Yeah, Charizard took a big hit that time. Whew. Okay. We've got our defenses up now. Get our mud slaps in. Okay, one more mud slap, and then we'll be able to Tera also. Alright, so now you see we have our defenses all the way up now. So we are ready to go with our body press. Terastallized. Alright, now we should be able to get a bit more damage this time than we did last time. Oh yeah, that's a much bigger chunk than the little bits that were going last time. And now it can't move. So yeah, he doesn't hit as hard as Avalugg does. So so you can see it still works. We keep our health up. We do decent damage. But as we saw, I personally think the Avalugg set is a little bit better. I think it goes a little bit quicker. But as you can see with with Orthworm, his health doesn't really go down. You don't really have to worry about his health. So if you're someone that doesn't want to have to pay attention to your health, then yeah, then you can go all out with Orthworm, and it's an easy enough takedown. Just takes a little longer to go through because you don't do quite as much damage because it's not as super effective. But I can see why people like using Orthworm. So probably won't be taking down this one this time, but because we're almost out of time. But at least you see the way that it goes, as far as being able to use Orthworm that way. But I would still recommend sticking with Avalugg, and because I think that one does a little better in a shorter amount of time, because he hits a bit harder since he's super effective. But yeah, there we go. That's our take for Orthworm and our use of Avalugg. And so yeah, as this raid finishes up, thanks for watching, and I hope that helps you be able to beat the 7-star Mightiest Mark Roaring Moon. So thank you guys so much for watching. Really appreciate you. Have a good day.